Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully you've been having a fabulous day here today. I did want to give my thoughts on the newest released character, which is SILVERWOLF. I did give my thoughts for Legend Yuan. I did have a blast with the character, though again he released and I was like, hey, he's going to be really good, really solid in the game. He requires a lot of building. That's what happened with this character over here, SILVERWOLF. For what I've tested and for what I've kind of done with the character, I gotta say, they made a very solid character, right? And beforehand, we were like, oh, they could really make this very weird. We don't know how the character works, what could happen. And I do think they did the character justice. I do want to talk about that here today, do a tier list, or go over a tier list and talk about all of that, and placements and what I think about the character. And if, you know, the number one question, do you regret summoning for this character? So today I thought I'd talk about that. Like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's jump into it. So if you already know, Pridewind did go an update, and I do want to talk about this first before I go into anything else, and they did place SILVERWOLF at the S+ tier, which I wonder if you agree, and I do want to know. This is the general aspect of it, so just overall, how a character performs in Memory of Chaos 1 through 10 and higher difficulties of Simulated Universe, though we value MOC performance much higher, and SILVERWOLF is a carry. She is an S+ character. She is better than Welt in that situation, though I still think Welt is more situational, and he can be very good, which is very true. So keep in mind that Welt is still pretty good above everything, but SILVERWOLF is just built different. She's a very strong character, and with what we've seen with her kit, it really does provide you an entire thing. And again, we didn't know beforehand going into this update that they would nerf or rather buff for the character, nerf the bosses, in the effect for SILVERWOLF, right, the hit rate, right? So that all got buffed and changed and whatever, and that made SILVERWOLF much better, and it allows this new system for future stuff for this one class to actually perform better, right? So that was created, which we didn't know prior to it, which is great that they were able to do that and give this character a better release than that. Though again, a lot of people said that this character could have been way better because parts of her kit could have been changed, but I do think they had to, again, not release the most broken character in the history of the game, so parts of her kit were edited to be a little bit different versus what the original beta, whatever kit was, to what it released as. I still think the character released to be good, and you can see that right now as it's ranking S+. Though again, there's not that many characters in that category. As you can see with defense, it's just these characters, and that's really it, right? So same way here, it's just in one additional character, but she still ranks, and again, it's situational to where SILVERWOLF can be better than Bronya. Still, both are very solid characters, and that's what it is, right? If we were to go for single target, again, it's the same. Wow, I thought they swapped that. Never mind. So single target, still S+ in the same way. AoE is where she falls off a little bit, obviously. She's not an S+ character for AoE, but she is still very good. Her single target damage is crazy. If you were to look at it, right? So if I were to check it this way, how do I check the DPS ranking? I can do that, right? DPS ranking, all right. If I go over here and I do one target, you will see that at the base Eidolon, so like 0, right? You will see that SILVERWOLF doesn't do that bad, right? She does pretty low in comparison to some other characters, but she's above Himiko, if that's much to go off of, right? I'm joking. Sorry to Himiko fans, but you were to E1 the character, yeah, I'm still low. Let's say you go and wail out E6. I don't even know what happens, but she goes all the way to the top. All right, that's true. E5 the character, she's still at 4th place. E3 the character, still again 4th place. E2 the character, still a little less, 5th place, right? E1 again, not too much still down here, but apparently Wales and CN players are reporting this character is busted at E6. Like we'll ever get there, right? We're never getting to E6. It's free place, right? We are stuck at our beautiful E1, E0, right? E0, potentially E1 with luck. E2 is like you're lying and you just really popped off and you should play the lottery, that type of luck, right? So yeah, that's true, but for some reason this character does really stack out at E6. Her Eidolons are nuts, and people, or CN Wales are reporting, like massive potential and stuff like that. But for an E0 character, which you're getting at the base for a debuffer for that offensive support, she is really good, right? And if you build her properly and do whatever, she turns into some sort of a sub DPS that is also very strong. Do I regret summoning on this character, though? That is the number one thing I'm gonna ask. No, I don't. I think for what it is, I first pulled the character 30 pulls, right? So first off, that's amazing. Having a debuffer and someone that is really kind of that carries longevity, I think that is worth it, okay? Diving in for this character also is a pretty good idea. For me personally, Luocha is a skip. I will say that right now. His kit could be broken. His kit could be insane. His kit could really go and match what Blade is. It could. But for me, I'm probably going to skip the banner. I do want to take a look forward to that. Maybe Kafka, maybe potentially Blade. I do hope to pull a healer like Bailu, because Blade also is a very strong DPS character and a really cool character, right? So on that aspect of it, SILVERWOLF also works with a lot of characters, and she's a really future-proof thing to kind of team up with a decent amount of teams to create that weakness break and all of that. So I do think for what it is, being placed at S+ tier, me being able to pull the character, I think it was worth it, right? I don't think that if you didn't have the plan already to pull the character, and now after watching this, you're going to pull the character. If you like Silverwolf, pull, okay? If you want a very strong character, and obviously an S+ character in the aspect of Memory of Chaos and higher difficulty to simulated universe, this is the character for you, right? She is very helpful, and yes, for what she is, CN players have basically also given their advice and said E0, E1, E2 is a very insanely viable option and a very, very good option for a lot of the content. E6 is, you know, chef's kiss, but who's actually reaching that other than the massive Kraken, Belugas, what is beyond Kraken? Do we have that? I don't even know, but beyond Kraken, right? That's there, so that's for them. But for us, at E0, at E1, at E2, it's still a very strong and viable character, and for what it is as a debuffer / sub DPS, if you did summon, you have a team to formulate, and you have content to breeze through, right? If you were to look at it, if you team this up with Zila, if you team this up with other characters, where's that breakdown that I can do team building? But there are a lot of things you can do with this. How do I find that? One second, I'll be right back. So I was able to find this. This is some sort of like ranking thing over here for like Silverwolf teams for Memories of Chaos. And it's actually kind of crazy. The rank 8 team over here is this, rank 24 team is this, 25, 26. There are some teams that do work with this character. So again, you got to keep in mind that there is a lot of potential with her, and as future time progresses, and because of both that buff that occurred with her and bosses, right, that affect hit rate, and all of that being a nice game changer, this character has gotten better. So previously to the character releasing, we were like, oh, how is she going to work? A lot of questions are unanswered. Is she going to be powerful or is she going to be mid? And after the release, we were pleasantly surprised that yes, she was well made in the fact and aspect that she isn't going to break the game and be a must summon, but she is going to be a damn great character and a very powerful and strong character, and enough to help you and push you across that board to take care of content that you need to take care of if you were, you know, somewhat slacking or lacking rather in a character that you didn't have. Right? So for what it is, definitely, I do think it was a worth it banner. My investment, I think, paid off. I do hope for, you know, skipping 1 or 2 banners here, and then progressing onwards to the third one. I think that Kafka is, as I'm being told, the first banner. That does suck because GG's boys, I'm not getting that. But they also did introduce that there's more, you know, summons in this update, and in future updates like 1.2, there's going to be more. So it's not going to follow the Genshin mentality, which I know I'm not bashing Genshin, but they're going to be introducing more pulls into the ecosystem, into the ecosystem. I just said that out loud. Economy of the game, right? And I do think that for the longevity of the game itself, that is huge. And for team building and stuff like that, a turn-based game really requires team building like that. And as more characters get introduced, teams get really strong, and you kind of want to pull for more characters in a turn-based game. So for that reason, you know, I do think pulling this character, waiting for the skipping here, I do think I made the right decision. Luocha is still a great character, and for Blade's team comp and for Memory of Chaos, having an additional healer will be also great. But for me, I think I'll look away and just hope and pray I get Bailu at some point, right? So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, that's my little quick talk here on everything, and just a little quick talk about the tier list, which, you know, the rankings are pretty solid. Nothing really changed other than that. These still rank here. And yeah, so that's my quick little 10 cents. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. That's been it from me. So yeah, take care.